to the Floridaville Express. This show is hosted and produced by the team at Rocket Ship Consultants, and it's based on our popular podcast, The Floridaville. The Floridaville Express is a condensed show, and each week we highlight people who are making an impact on or in Florida. I'm Rosanna Catalano, an attorney and the founder of Rocket Ship Consultants, a strategic communications firm, and our mission is to launch your business or organization to the next level. Our guest tonight is Jason Neufeld, a partner with the firm Elder Needs Law. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
So why did you focus your law practice on elder affairs?
Yeah, that's a great question. It is, basically I was involved in another area of law, and I would say about 10 years ago, I did not know that elder law existed, or I knew it existed. I didn't know what it was, and I certainly didn't know what Medicaid planning was, which I know we'll get into in a little bit. But once I figured that out, it was like, fireworks going off. I go, oh, this is what I need to do. And I found myself a mentor, and I started going to the conferences, and now I'm, writing books and devoting myself full time to it.
So when Floridians or their loved ones are faced with long-term care costs, whether it's in-home care or facility care, how are they expected to pay for it?
Yeah, you have a couple of different ways, a little bit more than a couple. You have certainly, I tell people cash is king. And if you have, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars and you can well afford to pay this stuff, that is always going to be the best. And we should all be so lucky. It's also why, typically when I'm talking to my elderly clients, I'm also looking at their adult children who might be in their 40s, 50s, or 60s. And I'm going, hey, get long-term care insurance if you can, because that is just as good as cash. And again, cash is king. But if you reach a certain age, or if you have too many infirmities, you won't qualify for those benefits. And certainly not everyone is going to retire with a couple $1 million. So after that, you're looking at Medicare, which has a very limited long-term care benefit. Basically, it covers between 20 days in full and then up to 100 days with a copay of skilled nursing, rehab, or long-term care, and then zero. Big misconception is people go, I have the best Medicare supplement known to man, I'll be fine. And I go, doesn't matter. You can have the best Medicare supplement out there. After 100 days, they're not paying anything, and they don't do very little as far as home care, and they don't pay for ALF care. The only other way to pay for this stuff is if you're a veteran, there is what's called an aid and attendance veterans benefit. You can either be the veteran or you can be the spouse of a veteran, even if the veteran, him or herself, has passed. They have a limited, typically between $1,000 and $2,000 per month. That's a potential benefit as well. If you've exhausted all of that, or that's just not enough, we're now looking at Medicaid, which has actually a very valuable long-term care benefit. Medicaid will pay for typically between 15 and 40 hours a week of home health care. They'll put about $1,500 toward an assisted living facility, or they'll pay nearly the entirety of a nursing home or skilled nursing facility. So those are, in a nutshell, those are the 4 or 5 ways that you have to pay for this stuff.
That's very helpful, especially to those of us that have aging parents or are aging ourselves.
Yeah, right.
So is protecting, you probably get this question a lot, is protecting someone's assets to qualify for Medicaid hiding things from the government? Are people concerned about that?
Yeah, I get that question quite a bit. And it's a good question, because a lot of what we're doing, it really is, I call it in a nutshell, it's asset protection for the middle class, right? If you're already indigent, you naturally qualify for these services. If you are ultra wealthy, you don't need to qualify, you can privately pay for this stuff. And it's kind of everyone in between who gets the short end of it. So I am able to legally and ethically protect my clients' assets to get them qualified for Medicaid. And I tell people this all the time. I go, imagine for a second you had $20 million, right? A nice thought to have. What you would do is you would go to a tax attorney and you would say, how can I legally and ethically pay as little in taxes as possible? I don't want to skirt the law. I want to pay my fair share, but what can I do what strategies are available to me to minimize my tax burden? And I tell people, I'm doing the same exact thing for my folks who, instead of having millions and millions, they have maybe between 50 and maybe a little under $1 million. I am using existing state and federal law to my client's advantage. I don't hide anything from Medicaid. In fact, when my client starts out with a bunch of money, I let Medicaid know exactly what we did with that money and why still, under state and federal law, Medicaid still has to grant my client access to these benefits.
That's excellent. So I see you have offices in Miami-Dade and Broward and Palm Beach counties.
Sure.
What if someone needs your services in Central or North Florida? Do you have a way to cover that?
Yeah, absolutely. I had a consultation just earlier today with someone in Jacksonville. One thing that COVID has taught us is how to work virtually, because we spent a lot of time not going into the office. So now I meet with people over Zoom or over FaceTime or over the phone virtually. And I can help people through the magic of email and FedEx. I can help people all over the state. Yes, there may be some documents that I have to mail to you or email to you for you to sign and get notarized and get back to me. But otherwise, when we're filing our applications with the state, it's all going to the same agency. So we help people throughout the state, the financial eligibility, the ways you get people eligible for Medicaid to help pay for these long-term care expenses is the same throughout the state of Florida. So yeah, absolutely. Virtually, we're helping plenty of people who are where we don't necessarily have a physical presence.
Well, that's good to know. So I wanted to take a moment to recognize the sponsor of our show this evening, Phipps Reporting. Phipps has been providing exceptional service to the legal community for more than 30 years. And from court reporting to interpreters to process service, Phipps does it all. Now let's take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, I want to hear more about your journey as an entrepreneur, because whenever you're a partner in a firm, you are definitely an entrepreneur.
No doubt.
At Rocket Ship Consultants, our mission is to take your organization to the next level. Our team develops strategic communication plans that help entrepreneurs, corporations, associations, and individuals reach new heights. Our consulting team is made up of attorneys with additional experience in journalism, public relations, politics, broadcasting, and advocacy. Let us help you take that dream you have for a podcast or video show and make it into a reality. We can create networking opportunities, educational forums, and interactive conferences to spread your message. Let our team provide you with fresh ideas and inspiration. Rocket Ship Consultants offers a variety of services, so check out our website at rocketshipconsultants.com. Take off with Rocket Ship Consultants and launch your organization with us.
Welcome back. Our guest tonight is Jason Neufeld, a partner in the firm Elder Needs Law. As business owners, we know there are lots of ups and downs. How do you stay motivated?
Yeah, motivation is key. I'll tell you what motivates me. I have chosen a niche area of the law where there is a lot of misinformation. And I've always said, if it would pay the bills, I would love to have been a high school, maybe AP history teacher or a college professor. I love teaching. I think if I have a skill, it is being able to take complex information and distill it in a clear and concise way where it's easy for folks to understand. So because there's so much bad information out there about Medicaid planning and asset protection planning, what really motivates me is when I see all that bad information, it now becomes my mission to set the record straight, right? So I do a lot of educational outreach, and it's when I love going to speak to groups of people, any opportunity I can to take to educate people as to what Medicaid planning is really all about and to dispel some of the myths out there. I always take that opportunity because I know that there are people out there who need this service, and because they think, for example, they have to wait 5 years. That's a big common misconception. There is something called a 5-year look-back period, but it has nothing to, you don't ever have to wait 5 years to apply for Medicaid. If you work with someone who knows what they're doing, we can protect your assets and you can apply in the very near future. Some programs it's tomorrow, some programs you are waiting a few months, but never 5 years. So when I see all this misinformation, I see that there are all these people out there who really need this service. There are people and their adult children caregivers who are, they're working a full-time job and they're taking care of mom or dad and they have their own kids to take care of. That's what drives me and motivates me to say, hey, we can help you and we can help give you access to resources that you didn't know you could get access to. I've written a book about this. I have my own YouTube channel. I try to get it. It truly is. I tell people you get a lot of lawyer videos where they're basically saying, come pay me money and I will then give you the answers to your question. I don't take that approach. If you look at any of my videos or if you read my book, I'm giving away all of the answers. I go, here are the answers to all of your questions. You will likely need an attorney to get the result that you need. But if it's not me and it's somebody else, I'm okay with that. As long as you get it done and do it the right way and get the help that you need, that makes me happy and that motivates me.
That sounds like very rewarding work. You've turned it into very rewarding work for yourself.
It absolutely is.
So what do you wish you knew before creating your law firm?
Oh, that's a great question. I have made many, many costly mistakes. I would say the old rule of thumb, hire slowly and fire quickly, is a really, really, I wish I had taken that to heart. I have a phenomenal team surrounding me. I was able to bring on a partner and she's terrific. Her name is Amy Dow and she operates out of our Boca and Jupiter area. We have a wonderful Medicaid case manager. We have some terrific legal assistants and office managers. And I'm blessed with the team that we have surrounded ourselves. But early on, I was, too much of my bleeding heart and, I wanted to put resources into getting people. I never wanted to fire anybody because, I want to be helpful. I don't want to hurt anyone. But at the end of the day, you realize when you have the wrong people and they're not doing something that they feel passionate about, not only are they holding you back, but you're holding them back. And so that is something that, I learned the hard way, and that's become really, really useful. The other thing is this is, your world and my world is we do a lot of things online, and it's important to do a lot of research. There are a lot of bad marketing consultants out there who are just looking to sell you what they know, and they haven't done their own research. And my joke is I've become I have the equivalent of a major in search engine optimization and learning how Google works. And that's after I paid a lot for that education, because I certainly didn't get it right at first. But now, when I'm dealing with these, and I have a great consultant now, but when I'm dealing with these, when I'm kind of have a request for proposal out there, I can tell who's kind of full of it and who knows what they're doing and who's going to be bringing value and who's just going to be farming this out to someone offshore and really not paying close attention to what they're doing. So, there's that. And I certainly have many lessons that I've learned over the years. And those are some of the prominent ones that stand out.
I think all of us as entrepreneurs have a story just very similar to yours.
Yeah.
So if someone wanted to get in touch with you, how can they do so?
Yeah, we have 24 hours. We have operators standing by on our website if you feel like chatting online, and our website is elderneedslaw.com. You can call us at our main office, which is 305-931-0478. And if you go to the website, the phone number is prominently displayed right there. My email address, if you'd like to email me directly, you can email me at jason@elderneedslaw.com. And, you call, you set up an appointment. We are very happy to, basically the way we work is in advance of a consultation, we send you what I hope is a relatively simple worksheet. And that gives us some information so we can start thinking about the strategies that might work for you that are not necessarily appropriate to, that we might not advise someone else to do. With Medicaid planning, everything we do has pros and cons. There's no magic wand solution. And so the idea is with each individual, with each family, we are tailoring the right combination of strategies to maximize the benefits and, of course, minimize the drawbacks and getting you to get our goals met.
Well, Jason, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it.
Rosanna, thank you so much for having me. It's really been a pleasure.
That wraps up tonight's episode of the Floridaville Express. It also wraps up season 1 of our show, so we'll be taking a hiatus from producing episodes. You can watch previous episodes of the Floridaville Express on our YouTube channel and on Facebook. We want to thank our sponsor, Phipps Reporting. Christine Phipps, the CEO, is an amazing individual, and she's built an incredible firm that all lawyers should have on speed dial. Now, don't forget, if you've been wanting to create a video show or podcast like this one, we can help you with that. Our company, Rocket Ship Consultants, can strategize with you and help you launch your multimedia shows or events. Contact us for more information so we can help you focus a spotlight on the trailblazing work that you and your organization are doing. We have a new show focused on the metaverse, augmented reality, cryptocurrency, non-fungible tokens, and blockchain technology. It's called The Metaville, and you can watch episodes on our website, www.rocketshipconsultants.com. Thanks so much for tuning in tonight, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.